Back at Up North at 4. Today we are here with Tony Farrow, who is the Executive Director for Oneida County Economic Development. Thank you, Tony, for coming on and talking with us today.
Sure, I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the time. So broadband is something that everybody's looking forward to having in Oneida County, and some folks are lucky enough to have broadband and some people aren't. Right now in our county, there's actually 2 programs going on right now, and I think sometimes the folks get kind of confused on exactly what's happening. So there's a grant that Spectrum Charter has with RDOF, which is called Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, and that's through the federal government. And so charters in Oneida County putting in fiber, they're mostly over in the Sugar Camp area and on the eastern side of the county. And then my organization with Oneida County worked together to put a $28 million package together for middle mile broadband within Oneida County. That's 225 miles that we're putting in the county. So those are mainly the 2 major projects that are going on right now. And then we're looking at the next round of hookups, because right now Oneida County has about 5,644 residents that don't have access to broadband, which is 18.5% of the county that doesn't have it. So the federal government in 2021 set aside another several billion dollars to help counties like us have our residents be able to have broadband. And so the next round is called Bead funding. And so that's what we're working on right now with my organization, along with help with the county, is we're working on the broadband equality access development, which is called the Bead program. And so right now the state of Wisconsin was given $1 billion, roughly, it's a little more than that, to help counties have broadband access to their residents and businesses in Oneida County. And so we're working to figure out which ISP would be the ISP that would be best to run the final hookups. So we've got the middle mile, we have Charter, we also have Frontier in our county. We have another ISP, which is Internet Service Provider, that's also interested in hooking things up. And so we've been working really hard with our task force to figure out which one is the best one for our counties.
I feel like whenever you're here, I learn so much, and there's just so much to go through, right?
There's a lot.
And we've been talking broadband for a long time. The funding is obviously now in place, more so than ever, right? Are we getting close? You said 18% left of people, the population.
Yeah.
Are we getting close to closing that gap?
Yeah, we're getting very close. With the RDOF one, that's about 6,000 more folks that are hooking up. We have about 18,000 right now that have it, so another 6,000. So we have about 30,000 serviceable locations in Oneida County. So we're getting there, and so hopefully we'll be able to use this $25 million that hopefully we get from Bead funding, along with whatever the ISP. So right now, it's a grant process. That's what I want everybody to know. It's a grant process. And so Oneida County, or our organization and our residents, we control 12 points of this process. So what happens is that they'll give us a proposal. There's 4 ISPs that we're working with right now that are interested in this grant program. And with a resolution that my organization will put to the county board, that will allow them to get 7 points on this grant that they'll send in. And then also the residents and the towns can put in endorsement letters, and even by me being on TV today, that will help one of the ISPs, because it's a public notice that we're working on this, will help them get 1 point in the grant process.
There we go, 30 seconds left. Webinar coming up too, December 17th.
Yeah, there's the actual PSC is putting together a webinar on Bead funding. I know a lot of folks are very interested in knowing all the details. We didn't go over only a little bit of that, and so you can go on to this webinar about that. And I also want to say that there's a lot of residents, like the town of Crescent, that have really been interested in promoting this Bead, and I want to thank the town of Crescent individually. Thank you.
Well, we want to thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back after this break.